Hello everyone. In the last class we have learned what fixed land is. Today we can learn about how can we be farming in this fixed land, which methods can be adopted, what types of crops can be cultivated, and what are the new methods. Isn't necessary to know how much land we have for farming? How can you know? By measuring land. The standard unit of measuring land is hectare. 1 hectare equals the areas of a square with one side measuring 100 meters. Therefore, 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 square meters. Depending upon the states, various terms are being used across the nation to measure land. Hectare, acres, square meters, and square yards are some common, while Bigha and Gunda are local units. Bigha is the traditional unit of measurement of area of a land commonly used in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, UP, and other northern and western states, but not in southern states of India. And Gunda is a small unit of measurement. Okay, let's go to Palambur village. Palambur resembles a village of the western part of the state, Uttar Pradesh, in terms of kind of crop grown and facilities available there. And land is cultivated in Palambur. They do season-based farming. During rainy season, means Kharif season, farmers grow jowar and bajra. These plants are used as cattle feed. It is followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. In winter season or rabi season, they put wheat seeds on the ground. A part of land area is also devoted to sugarcane, which is harvested once every year, and they sell the surplus wheat at the market at Raiganj, and it's raw form sugarcane or jaggery is sold to traders in Shahpur. Farmers are able to grow 3 different crops in a year because of many reasons, such as they have a well-developed system of irrigation, electricity, then electric run to wells. It helps to irrigate large areas of land more effectively. Irrigation is an important helping factor of farming, but the situation is not the same everywhere in India. Riverine plains means an inland area comprising with land and water, and coastal regions means the areas located near coast are well irrigated, but plateau regions, an area of highland along with the mountains and hills, have low levels of irrigation. In our country, less than 40% is irrigated even today. So, in the remaining area, farming is largely dependent on rainfall. They cultivate different crops in order to increase production in a fixed land. This is called multiple cropping. We can define this to grow more than one crops on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. Through multiple cropping, farmers can get a good result. It is a traditional method of farming. And this method involves using of traditional seeds, equipments, machineries, etc. The other way is to use modern farming method for higher yield or higher production. Yield is a measurement of the amount of a crop grown in a piece of land during a single season. Till the mid 1960s, the farmers used traditional seeds in cultivation. Because of this, they had a low productivity only. What were the advantages of using traditional seeds? Let's look. It needed less irrigation. Farmers used cow dung and other natural manure as fertilizers. All these were readily available with the farmers who did not have to buy them. These were the advantages of using traditional seeds. While late 1960s, Green Revolution started in India, and Green Revolution in India refers to a period when Indian agriculture adopted new developmental strategies. Professor E. Norman Borlaug has given birth to the Green Revolution. It was started in Mexico, but in India, Professor M.S. Swaminathan is regarded to be the father of Green Revolution. The main objective of Green Revolution is to improve food production. By Green Revolution, Indian farmers started to use high-yielding varieties of seeds. High-yield varieties of seeds are the seeds of good quality which produce huge quantities of crops, particularly wheat and rice. With the onset of the Green Revolution, Indian farmers have abandoned traditional farming practices and adopted new. Farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first to adopt the modern farming methods. Let's look at the modern farming methods, advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. First, high yield variety seeds produce a greater amount of grain on a single plant, while high yield variety seeds, this is its disadvantage, high yield variety seeds needed plenty of water for better yield. We know that majority of farming is dependent on rainfall. As a result of these modern methods, excessive exploitation started to be done through use of tube wells, etc. Second advantage, large increase in production compared to traditional seeds. Second disadvantage, in modern farming, farmers use chemical fertilizers, pesticides to produce best production. Pesticides is a mixture of substances made for preventing, destroying the damage of a pest. And chemical fertilizers helps plant growth. Both play an important role in well-being of crops, but it causes to many environmental problems. Then the third advantage, farmers get a greater amount of surplus wheat or rice to sell in the market. And its disadvantage is most of the success achieved in wheat production, apart from these crops, its effect on other crops was minimal. Then next advantage, farmers started to use modern implements like tractors and threshers, which made plowing and harvesting faster. And its disadvantage, the work of laborers started to be performed by the machines. Due to this, unemployment increased. I think now you understand what are the advantages and disadvantages of modern farming. We know that land is a natural resource, so it is necessary to be careful in its use. Scientific reports indicates that the modern farming methods have overused the natural resource base. These are the bad impact of modern farming. First, loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. Decrease in underground water level. So, we must ensure the long-term sustainability of land. Land should be sustainable and reserved for next generation. So, today's lesson completed. We have discussed about the measurement of land, season-based farming, then multiple cropping methods, modern farming methods, and its advantages and disadvantages. Then high yield variety seeds and the importance of sustainability of land. Okay, thank you everyone.